hear your answer, yes or no? Did you make money?
I don't have
This
those
is my third
financial
and last time I'm going to
disclosures
ask you
in front
that
of me.
question.
You have that information.
So you refuse to answer the question.
I answered
Here
1,300 pages.
you no answer, and yet you spread dangerous misinformation.
I feel like these confirmation hearings are kind of just putting a spotlight on how downright stupid half of our government is. Like half of these elected officials, half of these politicians, half of these people running our country are absolute idiots. Like the clip you just watched, I feel like this was like middle school girls, kind of, like, you get what I'm saying? Like the attitude, it really felt like this is like back in middle school, grade school or something, with the way they're asking their questions and like smacking their lips and like rolling their eyes, the way they're carrying themselves, and just downright to the way they're speaking. This is not how you would, think that people who are running our country are acting and speaking. But I mean, it is what it is. All I know is that Kash Patel is just laying into these people, and it's almost not even fair. It's like you got all of these Democrats kind of screeching and yelling and whining, and he's just sitting there just laying into them. It's not even a fair fight, even though it's, 50-1. You know what I mean? It's like one person versus a room filled with people, but you could take this entire room filled with people, and it's not enough to stand against Kash Patel. Because when you take a bunch of idiots, incompetent assholes, and middle school teenage girls, basically, are grown women with the mentality of a middle school teenage girl. When you take all of them and you combine it all together, you can combine the mental might of everyone in that room together, and it won't stand against the mental might or the mental capacity of a regular, normal person with common sense. And you see, these are the tactics that the left always uses. They want to frustrate you, okay? So they'll scream, they'll whine, they'll just say a whole bunch of nonsense. And when you're a person that uses common sense, when you got all of this stuff hurling at you, you're trying to make sense of it all. But you can't make sense of this stuff because there's no logic there. There's just a bunch of whining, complaining, emotional ramblings of a complete idiot. So sometimes their tactics work because they're able to fluster you and overwhelm you. And many of you have been in arguments online with these type of people. You know how they try to hit you with these flurries of a bunch of nonsense. But if you just remain calm and you just stick to your common sense, right? You just stick to common sense, you will be the victor. You will win these debates, these arguments, whatever they are, every single time. And the confirmation hearings are proving that. You can have as many left-wing loons as you want, screaming about whatever they want. At the end of the day, if you just remain true to common sense, it shall set you free. It will win you any war against these idiots. But I want to go ahead and roll another clip so you can see a little bit more of this confirmation hearing. See how Kash Patel is, handling himself and carrying himself. I'm no fan of any three-letter agency, but hey, if we could bring someone in that, prioritizes doing what the FBI should be doing, as opposed to like investigating grandmas and investigating parents who, want to have the say-so over their kids instead of teachers. If the FBI is actually going out here and getting criminals, then hey, maybe we do need a complete overhaul, and maybe this guy is the guy to do it. I'm sure it will be an upgrade from what we had. But yeah, let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more.
Be shut down.
Mr. Chair.
I deserve an answer to that question. He is asking to be head of the FBI, and he said that their headquarters should be shut down.
Mr. Chair, parliamentary inquiry.
You got anything you want to say, Mr. Patel, before I go on to Senator Lee?
Simply this. If the best attacks on me are going to be false accusations and grotesque mischaracterizations, the only thing this body is doing is defeating the credibility of the men and women at the FBI. I stood with them here in this country. In every theater of war we have, I was on the ground in service of this nation. And any accusations leveled against me that I would somehow put political bias before the Constitution are grotesquely unfair. And I will have you reminded that I have been endorsed by over 300,000 law enforcement officers to become the next director of the FBI. Let's ask them.
Mr. Chairman, I am quoting his own words from September of 2024. It is his own words. It is not some conspiracy. It is what Mr. Patel actually said himself.
Look, I'm not going to lie. You guys know I keep it completely honest with you all. This Kash Patel dude kind of creeps me out. Like, he legit kind of freaks me out. But when you think about it, maybe that's a good thing. Like, all right, if the FBI is doing what the FBI is supposed to be doing, going after the bad guys, right? Instead of going after American citizens and stuff like that who have done nothing wrong, right? But if the FBI is doing what it's supposed to do, right? We want the FBI to instill fear in the hearts of, the wrongdoers, the evildoers. And I'm telling you right now, this Kash Patel dude, if you look at some of his pictures and stuff, man, this dude looks intense. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're freaking out so much is because they know that, hey, this guy might come after some of these politicians. They know that this guy may be a little bit different than the FBI directors we had in the past. This guy might actually get some stuff done. He might actually go after the right people. And the reality is, a lot of the right people he should be going after are probably sitting in that room questioning him right now. So there's a reason why these people are acting so flustered and so frustrated, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs for days on end. Everyone that Trump picked, we're going through this because Trump picked some people that is, will freak these people out. And when you see some of Trump's picks not getting as much pushback, you know why, okay? There's a reason why some of Trump's picks aren't getting as much pushback as maybe Kash Patel or RFK Jr. It's because not just the Democrats, but these politicians in general look at these guys as a threat to their own freedom, because most of these politicians are crooked and breaking the law in one way or the other. And they also look at them as a threat to their bank accounts, because they're going to be shutting down some of the ways that these people make money. And they know that. And that's why they're freaking out. Their livelihoods, their futures are at stake here. And I love to see it. I love to see the panic. And I'm hoping that the panic just continues. I want these people to be scared and uncomfortable, the way they make Americans scared and uncomfortable. Every single day when we had to live for 4 years under the Biden administration as everything was falling apart in this country. But for now, I want to know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.